So this video's a little bit different than normal. I needed a second one of these Alfa cards. It's the AWUS036NH. It's an N adapter. So I needed two because when I'm testing antennas against each other, you want to use the same network card, so it's a fair test. Now, I've got several Alfa cards. Alfa networks are the main cards that I use here in the lab, but I didn't have two of these, so I picked this one up off eBay. It was £12 free shipping, and the same seller was actually selling these on Amazon as well, albeit a couple of pounds more expensive. Now, it came pretty fast. It came in under 2 weeks, and I've already plugged this in and tested it against my Alfa network card, the one that I've already got. But the performance on this one isn't that good. And also, when I came to actually install this with the driver that is on this disc is not the Alfa Networks one. It's some other one hung low driver for the RTL chipset, which this actually is, but Alfa Networks tend to have their own drivers, and the driver that I already had on my laptop, because I've already got one of these, wouldn't install against this. So I had to do a little bit of searching, and I found the driver that matched this one, and it's actually got nothing to do with Alfa Network. So I'm kind of thinking that this is possibly a fake, and Alfa Networks did have a big problem with counterfeit products a few years ago. They were so popular that people were actually copying them and selling them off as the genuine article, and that made Alfa Networks put holograms on all their products to try and stop that happening. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to open this up and we'll take a look inside, and I do have the benefit of having a genuine one, so we'll check the board in here against my genuine one and see if there is a difference in the board, because what happens is counterfeiters go above and beyond, especially on the packaging and the outer case of one of these, but inside you tend to find a substandard network card, which you know, isn't nowhere near as good as the genuine one. The actual chipset, you know, is sold to many manufacturers, but what Alfa do with theirs, they do a really good job of actually implementing it, and also the drivers that work with Linux and Backtrack, for instance. So you know, I don't want to knock off RTL chipset. I want the genuine Alfa one. And as for the packaging itself, I don't know if this is genuine packaging. I really don't. I mean, to be honest with you, when I get something like this, I take it straight out of the box and then I throw the box away. I don't take much notice, but it's not difficult nowadays for people to actually counterfeit you know, authentic looking packaging as well. Now, I already know that the driver on this disc is very suspect. It doesn't seem to be a genuine driver from Alfa Networks at all, but the rubber duck dipole here looks like it came from Alfa Networks. They are a slimmer version of this antenna, so you know, this looks to be genuine, but whether it is or not, I don't know. So to get into one of these adapters from Alfa Networks, there's no screws on the back. It's just these two little plastic clips here, so you have to get a little spudger and push those forward, and then it just comes apart through the middle there. So I've popped it open then, and straight away I can tell that this is not a genuine Alfa Networks card. There's no version numbers on here, there's no identifying serial numbers. A genuine Alfa card, a genuine Alfa card board will have version numbers on here and serial numbers that you can actually go to their website and check that it is the genuine thing. This one just looks like a very generic Wi-Fi card. So here is a genuine one, and this is what it should actually look like. It has serial numbers and version numbers and that sort of thing that you can actually check against. But if you look at the layout of this board compared to this board, it's just got a lot more going on here, and it just looks and feels more expensive. the solder work on this board just looks like it's a better quality than what is on this board here, so I'm kind of thinking that this is a counterfeit product. And I have to say, this is the first time it's happened to me. Even in the peak of the counterfeit problem that Alfa Networks had, I never once got caught out, touch wood. So you know, this is the first time for me, and I can tell you that the seller has now been removed from eBay, so I can't even show you a screenshot of the advertisement for this, and he's been removed from eBay, and I've just got that little message in my inbox saying hopefully you should still get your product, but if there's any problems, please contact us. This member is no longer a registered member, and is also being removed from Amazon as well. So I don't think I'm the first person to actually complain about this, although I will say when I purchased this, it didn't have any negative feedback. So I think what's happened is got a few of these counterfeits in, and he sold quite a few of them because they were slightly cheaper than other sellers, and people have been getting these and slowly complained, and you know, they've caught up with him, so he's been removed from eBay. But it's definitely a genuine fake. It's not up to the same standards as this one, and it's nowhere near as powerful as this one either. So I hope you found this video interesting, and it gives you an insight what to actually look out for, especially if you've purchased one of these and you're thinking, you know, it's not as powerful as I thought it was going to be. Crack it open and take a look inside. But I don't have a lot of experience with purchasing fake or counterfeit goods off eBay. It's only ever happened to me once, and it was quite a few years ago now, and it was some straighteners for my youngest daughter. So they actually, at that time, they told me to destroy them and throw them away and give me my money back. So I don't know if they're going to ask me to send this back to the seller in China. If they do, it's not going to be worth doing that, because it'll cost me a lot more in postage than this is actually worth. So I'll have to email them and I'll see what they say. But hopefully you found this little video interesting. It's only a short one, but you know, if it helps you out, then it's all good. So hopefully you'll join me on the next one.